Hey, rich friends, it's your girl Cha Cha reporting live from the Money Mantra, and we are back with another Forex education video. I did create this channel to help as many people as possible become independent and profitable traders. So if that's something that you've been looking for, you have found yourself in the right place. Now, I do just want to welcome all of my new and returning subscribers. You guys are just so awesome, and it's just nice to know that there are so many people out there who want to actually learn this skill and change their lives. Now, I've been trading for about 4 years now, and I've been teaching for about the same amount of time because I feel like if you know something, you should really share it. And that's why I'm so passionate about doing this. Now, if you guys did not know, I recently did launch my own subscription-based e-learning platform where you can learn from me directly and also just have a structured learning environment and be surrounded by other normal people who just want to trade like yourself. None of the gimmicks and none of that extra stuff. So in today's quick video, we're going to be doing a trade breakdown. And in these trade breakdown videos, I review trades that I've taken throughout the week and trades that I have shared with the students who are currently receiving mentorship from me. Now, I think it's important to do this because when you backtest, you can see where you went right in the market or sometimes where you went wrong. So moving forward, you are not making the same mistakes in your trades. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about USDCAD, and this was a trade that I dropped on February 12th, 2024, which was a Monday, and it was recommended for a sell at market execution or a sell limit, which is a type of pending order that you can set. I didn't put a stop loss on this trade because I want my mentees to get in the habit of finding their own stop losses, but I did put about 3 TPs for a maximum of 80 pips. Now, this may seem small, but the purpose of this is to make sure that you are securing profits, and it is just a guide. As recommended, I always say, please do your own analysis and use proper risk management, as TPs and stop losses are just suggestions. So I'm going to be explaining why I decided to enter this trade for a sell. Then we're actually going to check it out and see what happened. So as we can see, this was about where the market was when I was doing my analysis, since my chart is in replay mode. And the first thing I noticed was that there was a gap that had to be filled. Now, I actually started let's see if we can restart it. I actually started my analysis on the daily. Sometimes I look at it on the weekly, just to have a really broad view of what's going on in the market. Now, what you'll notice is that the market doesn't ever just go up and it doesn't ever just go down. It's always going up and down, creating like these M and W patterns that you'll start to see. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Now, what's going to happen is that the market will always revisit similar areas where it'll sell, like we can see here, or it'll revisit the same place where it will buy. Now, an area at the top where price tends to sell is called the resistance zone or the supply. And the area at the bottom is called the support zone or the demand. Now, something else you'll notice is that a gap always has to be filled in the market before the market can reverse. So I really thought that the market was going to fill this gap, come back down to this green, and then take off in an uptrend. Now, again, it's all about securing small profits. That's what I try to encourage my students to do. That's why I set the 40 pip, 60 pip, and 80 pip take profit options. So the first thing I noticed was the gap that looked like it needed to be filled on the daily chart. I also saw that my stochastic was facing down and the number was just a little bit above 50. Now, once it would have crossed below 50, that would have been a sure sign that, okay, this is a nice trade to enter. Now, I just want you guys to look at this here. You'll see that when the stochastic is facing up, the market is usually going up as well versus when the stochastic is facing down and the market is also facing down. So here, for the most part, the stochastic was facing down. It did have a bit of a curve there, but I wasn't really intimidated by that. I still believe that this trade had the makings of a sell. And on top of that, the trade was also, well, the candle was also closing below our 200 EMA. And just for perspective, when candles are above the EMA, the market tends to go up, versus when candles are below the EMA, the market tends to go down. So I did have a few indications or confirmations that this market was going to sell at least a little bit. So I did set a sell limit, meaning that the market was going to go a little bit up before it came back down. Now let's put this on a smaller time frame, and here I was still seeing the gap that needed to be filled, and I'll just draw it out for you guys. The market was buying here and it was selling here, right? Almost came back down to the zone, went back up to this zone, sold back down to our demand, pulled back up to our supply, sold back down, almost down to our demand, not quite. A new supply was created, and I thought the market would at least sell back down to the demand zone, which is why I decided to take this trade for a sell. And even on a smaller time frame, we can still see our stochastic is facing down. It's not quite below 50, which would have been a stronger confirmation, but it was facing down. Now we're actually going to go ahead and press play. Let's put this on a 15-minute chart so we can actually see what happens over a period of time. So here we go. So that gray line is where our trade would have been triggered. As we can see, the trade was triggered after a couple of hours. Now, the market did continue to close below the 200 EMA, but then it started to push up, which was a little bit worrisome because I'm like, okay, maybe this market is going to buy. Now, in order for this trade to end and profit for us, it would have needed to continue in the green zone and come back down. But as we can see, stop loss was actually hit when some news came out, I believe, for the United States dollar. And we can see that a new supply zone was created. Now, when a new supply zone is created, it's just, if you were to look back in the market, you would see that this was actually a place of resistance before, but I could have not foresaw what the news was going to say to push the market up that high. Now, it actually is coming back down right now, but I just had to take the L on this trade and really just let it go. And when I came back to analyze this trade, I was a little bit shocked at that huge breakout candle because for the most part, I was seeing a lot of signs for the sell. But that's why it's important to understand all the different facets and types of trading you can do. You really do want to do your fundamental analysis, which is making sure you check the news, understanding the macro perspectives that are affecting your trade. And then you also want to make sure that you are understanding your technical indicators, which I am really big on technical analysis because they're highlighting those patterns. And then just going based on how you feel about the trade. So I really hope that this video was helpful and showing you guys what to look for in your own trades or just some confirmation using these particular indicators. Again, I do have a 200 EMA. I do have a stochastic, and I was using simple supply and demand. Now, if you learned something from this video, I would love for you guys to share it with me down below in the comments, or if you do have a question, you can leave that below as well. If you do like my teaching style and you would like to work with me one-on-one and join my trading collective, you can register for personal mentorship down below in the description box. Now, I am running a special for the next couple of days until the weekend, actually. We are going to be, well, I have a special for the monthly because before I offered quarterly, yearly, and a lifetime package, but you can now get the monthly for a much affordable price. So if you're interested in that, all the information is down below. But I really hope that this was helpful. And until next time, rich friends.